PDP ba sa kangkong at kamote ang gusto niyo matutunan sa araw na to? Tara, i-discuss natin yan.
My name is Renagine Havellana and today I will discussing my entrepreneurial development project which is sweet potato and Upland Kangkong. Originally, ang area na ito ay para sa production of kamote. Sa kadahilanan na baka hindi kaming mga student ay makaharvest on time, naisipan na lang na magdagdag na panibagong crop, which is Upland Kangkong, na pagkakakitaan namin habang iniintay namin lumago at maglaman ang aming kamote. This variety of kamote is PSB 23, so according to my own data about this variety, medyo mapayat yung stems niya compare sa ibang variety. Yung leaves niya is slightly lobed, meaning medyo curvy ang edges. Napansin ko din na habang nakukuhanan ko siya ng cuttings, ay mas bumibilis ang pagsuloy ng vines nito. Napansin ko din na mas mabagal ang paglago nito, lalo na kapag direktang nakatanim sa matinding sikat ng araw. May kukumpara sa ibang variety ng kamote na natatakpan ng shade mula sa mga punong kahoy sa tabi nito. Sa bunga naman nito ay mapapansin nating maliit lamang at di gaanong lumaki sa loob ng 4 na buwan. Ang kulay ng PSB 23 variety ay cream at sa loob naman nito ay slightly yellow. Hindi ito gaanong kalaki ngunit matamis naman ang laman. This area measures about 9.4 and 8.4 meter. Total of 78.96 square meter. Upland Kangkong. Upland Kangkong, scientifically known as Ipomea reptans, is a leafy green vegetable commonly found in tropical regions. Ito ang variety ng kangkong na kayang mabuhay sa moist soil. Ito ang napili kong itanim upang maging cash crop dahil sa mabilis nitong pagtubo na magbibigay sa amin ng mabilisan at additional na kita. The land area for Upland Kangkong is 14.4 meter by 9.4 meter with a total of 214.32 square meter. Nature of the project. The entrepreneurial development project of sweet potato and Upland Kangkong was conducted as a sole proprietorship type of business. It was handled by the student entrepreneur, including the production, management, and marketing. Objectives of the project. The project aimed to serve as a training ground for the student entrepreneur in production of sweet potato and Upland Kangkong. Specifically, it aimed to, first, improve the agricultural entrepreneur student skills and knowledge, gain practical experience, generate income, and fourth, evaluate the profitability of small-scale production. Time and place of the enterprise. The entrepreneurial development project was conducted from January to June 2024 at New Acquired Land, Cavite State University Main Campus. Description of the enterprise. The project was the production enterprise of sweet potato and Upland Kangkong. The entrepreneurial development project with a total of 214.32 square meter was divided into 2 following crop, which is sweet potato, the main crop with 224 plant population in total, and the Upland Kangkong with 1,075 plant population in total. Organization and management. The sweet potato and Upland Kangkong production enterprise was a sole proprietorship type of business. The student entrepreneur was responsible for all the activities of the enterprise, including the financial production, monitoring, and marketing aspect of the project. Layout of the project. Sweet potato measured 78.96 square meter with 8 furrows, each 0.5 meters by 9.4 meters and a 1 meters pathway. The Upland Kangkong area covered 135.36 square meter with 10 plots, each 1 meters by 9.4 meter and 0.4 meters pathway. Pre-production activities. Procurement of supplies and materials. The student entrepreneur bought all the necessary materials for the entrepreneurial project. For sweet potato, polybag, complete fertilizer, and early growth rooting hormone. And for Upland Kangkong, the student entrepreneur bought sprinkler, urea fertilizer, vermicast, Upland Kangkong seed, rubber band, and sandbag. Layouting. The student entrepreneur measured each respective land area where they will plant their crops. Layouting of land is essential for proper planning and ensuring that each crop has enough space to grow effectively and be productive. And clearing. The 214.32 square meter production area was cleared by removing of weeds and other unnecessary items by the use of bolo, rake, and by the use of grass cutter. Land preparation. Tractor was used to prepare the land area. With the help of this plow, the land was cultivated easily, while rotary tiller helps to crush the solid pieces of compacted soil. Plot preparation. The student entrepreneur used shovel, rake, hoe to loosen the soil to create a plot and furrow. For sweet potato, the student entrepreneur created a 0.5 by 9.4 meter of furrow with a spacing of 1 meter pathways with a total of 8 furrows. While in the Upland Kangkong, the student entrepreneur created a plot that measures 1 meter by 9.4 meter and with a spacing of 0.4 meter pathways with a total of 10 plots. Preparation of sowing media. For preparation of sowing media, the student entrepreneur used the ratio of 1:1 of soil and chicken manure for sweet potato, and for Upland Kangkong, the student entrepreneur used vermicast and soil. Indirect seeding or planting. Sweet potato cuttings were sown in a plastic polyethylene bag while Upland Kangkong was in seedling tray. 2 cuttings were planted per poly bag while 1 to 2 seedlings were planted per hole in Upland Kangkong. Hardening. The entrepreneurs hardened the Upland Kangkong seedling 3 days before transplanting into the plot. While sweet potato was hardened after 1 week of indirect planting. Transplanting. After 1 to 2 weeks of indirect planting of the sweet potato, it was transplanted into the furrow area with a planting distance of 0.5 meter, while Upland Kangkong seedling was also transplanted into the area with 20 cm by 20 cm planting distance. Watering. Sweet potato was watered twice a day, early in the morning and late in the afternoon, while Upland Kangkong watered thrice a day, early in the morning, before noon and late in the afternoon, used by a sprinkler or hose. Pest and disease management. The common pest in Upland Kangkong was black flea beetles. Some are 7-spot ladybird beetles, but these are a beneficiary insect. Removal of its possible habitat was done to prevent the insect. Weeding. The weeds that grown around Upland Kangkong and sweet potato were amaranth, Amaranthus spinosus, and shame plant Mimosa pudica, nutgrass or Cyperus rotundus. These weeds were manually removed to prevent the competition on the basic needs of the plants. Application of fertilizer. The student entrepreneur used fertilizer to supply the nutrients needed by the plant. For sweet potato, the student entrepreneur applies 1 tablespoon of complete fertilizer besides the plants to directly absorb by the roots. While in Upland Kangkong, urea fertilizer was applied to the area with a diluted 2 tablespoons of urea fertilizer into 16 liters of water. Harvesting. Sweet potatoes were expected to be harvested in 4 to 6 months, while Upland Kangkong harvested 42 days after seed sowing. Harvesting would have been done late in the afternoon by the use of pruning shears. The top leaf was cut, leaving off the 1 to 2 leaf nodes at the roots. Post-harvest handling. The damaged, immature, and diseased leaf, as well as long hollow stems, removed manually. The washed Upland Kangkong weighed by the use of weighing scale. Upland Kangkong was packed through plastic, while sweet potato was cleaned by washing and removing of dirt and was packed with plastic. Marketing. Upland Kangkong crops market inside the university campus and around Indang, Cavite with a starting price of 90 pesos per 1 kilogram, 60 pesos per half kilogram, and 30 pesos per 1/4 kilogram of Upland Kangkong, while sweet potato was sold to the neighbors. Economic analysis. The project was contributed other supplies of kangkong to individual people around Indang, Cavite. The Upland Kangkong was sold to the contact buyers, classmates, students on campus, relatives, and neighbors. Each buyer would be offered prices ranging from 30 pesos to 90 pesos, depend on the kilogram they purchased, while sweet potato was sold to neighbor with a price of 75 pesos. Market distribution analysis. The total market distribution for Upland Kangkong production was in Cavite State University accounted for the highest percentage at 34%, while Agusos, Batangas, and Silang had the lowest percentage at 3%. Market distribution for sweet potatoes was not shown due to not having only one buyer. Financial analysis. Cost of supplies. The table 2 presents the materials utilized by the student entrepreneur. The total was 492 pesos. Due to the addition of months to get the additional harvest, the student entrepreneur add another labor for the following months. So the total for the cost of labor was 20,976. Table 4 presents the other expenses incurred by the student entrepreneur throughout the entrepreneurial development project. The total expenditure amounted to 2,042.56 pesos. Table 5 shows the sold products of sweet potato and the Upland Kangkong. The table indicates the total kilograms sold in sweet potato amounting to 2.5 kilograms and totaling 187.50 pesos, and the Upland Kangkong with 51.75 kilograms sold and amounting to 4,447 pesos. Overall, the total income of the student entrepreneur was 4,634.50 pesos. Table 6 shows the estimated additional income for sweet potato and the Upland Kangkong. The total estimated harvest for sweet potato for the month of June to September was 81.6 kilograms, priced at 75 pesos per kilogram, amounting to 6,120 pesos. For Upland Kangkong, the total estimated harvest for the month of June to August was 220.40 kilograms, priced at 90 pesos per kilogram, amounting to 19,836 pesos. The overall total amounted was 25,956 pesos. Table 7 shows the total production cost incurred by the student entrepreneur. The table includes the combined expenses for the entire production, comprising the cost of supplies, cost of labor, and other expenses. The total cost amounted to 23,510.56 pesos. Computation for net income, break-even price, and break-even yield and ROI. For the net income, gross income, and total cost production is equals to 7,079.94 pesos. For the break-even price, total cost production divided by harvest. The total production cost only for sweet potato was 6,685.28 pesos divided by 84.1 kilogram. The answer is 79.49 pesos. The total cost production only for sweet potato was 16,333.28 pesos divided by 272.15 kilogram. The answer is 60.2. For break-even yield, total cost production divided by price. Total cost production only for sweet potato was 6,685.28 pesos divided by 75. Then the answer is 89.13 pesos. The total cost production only for sweet potato was 16,333.28 pesos divided by 90. Then the answer is 181.48 pesos. For the return on investment, net income divided by total cost production times 100%, 7,079 divided by 23,510.56 times 100% is equals to 30.12. According to some literature, ang sweet potato ay pwede nang ma-harvest in 120 days, but in our experience, hindi namin ito na-meet dahil sa weather condition and soil condition. Ina-expect na mas maglalaman ang sweet potato until 8 months or 243 days. The necessary depth for pulverizing the soil is recommended to be at least 8 to 10 inches deep. This allows proper aeration and root growth, ensuring sweet potatoes develop well. The student entrepreneur create a 1 meter by 1 meter of box, which was the Upland Kangkong are harvested. In first plot, it has 0.25 kilogram. For the second plot was 1 kilogram, and for third plot is 0.5 kilogram. The total was 1.75 kilogram divided by 3 plots, and the answer is 0.58 kilograms. After 17 days since June 4 until June 21, the student entrepreneur harvested the same spot where the kangkong was expected to be harvested. In first plot, it was 0.25 kilogram, same as before. Second plot was 1 kilogram, same as before. And for third plot, it was 1 kilogram. The total was 2.25 kilogram divided by 3 plot, then the total was 0.75 kilogram. From 0.58 kilogram, it went up into 0.75 kilogram because of the weather condition, which gives the plant a sufficient water. The combination of sweet potato and the plant kangkong was not initially profitable because it takes time before we harvest a sweet potato, and the plant kangkong would take a month before we can harvest. But in the long run, a plant kangkong would be very profitable, while the student entrepreneur waiting for sweet potato to be harvested because of its fast-growing capability. Problem solution and insight. The student entrepreneur encountered some problems that may affect the production of the project. Some upland kangkong was eaten by the goats in the farm, which caused damage to the plants, especially on the leaves. For prevention, the student entrepreneur always monitors the area to easily avoid the appearance of goats near the area. Weeds also affect the growth of sweet potato and upland kangkong by competing on its nutrients, its moisture content, and sunlight. The solution is to perform the weed management. One of our problems is the compacted soil in the planting area. To address this, the student entrepreneur consistently waters the soil to soften it, making it easier to till and use for planting. Another challenge arose from the sharing of water for watering plants, leading to prolonged irrigation process. To address this, the student entrepreneurs resorted to using drums as alternative method for consistent plant watering. Insights. The enterprise development project directed by the student entrepreneur allows them to obtain information and practice skills learned at university. A student entrepreneur should be determined and willing to take the risk. To become a great entrepreneur, you must be responsible, hardworking, diligent, and inquisitive in order to avoid losses and maximize profits. Plans. The student entrepreneurs aim to utilize the knowledge, skills, and techniques acquired from this project to ensure a successful outcome for their future business endeavors. The student entrepreneur plans to increase the land area by double the original size to attain a twofold increase in income. Conclusion. The student entrepreneurs learned various methods to grow and sell crops such as upland kangkong and sweet potatoes. The student entrepreneurs gained practical farming skill, which helped in the growth of planted crops. On a 212.44 meter square planting area, we can demonstrate a significant percentage of substantial earnings. This only requires hard work and investment that will provide the crops with all the necessary requirements. The profit and loss for sweet potato was the overall combination of incomes, expenses, and field operations amounted to 6,167.75 pesos. For the cash flow of sweet potato, in the month of January, the student has a beginning balance of 500 pesos, less the expenses amounted to 188.50 pesos, the total was 311.50. In month of February, the student entrepreneur less the expenses amounted to 144.17 pesos and the total was 167.33 pesos. In the month of March, the student less the expenses, which is 62.5 and the total was 104.83. In the month of April, there is no expenses, so it remains. In the month of May, the student entrepreneur sold about 187.5 pesos and the total was 293.33 pesos. The profit and loss for Upland Kangkong was the overall combination of incomes, expenses, and field operation amounted to 15,533 pesos. Cash flow for Upland Kangkong. In month of January, the student has a beginning balance of 1,000 pesos. The student bought the necessary materials amounted to 392.25 pesos. Then the total money was 607.75 pesos. In the month of March, there was an expense of 50 pesos less on the total money, so the total was 557.75. In the month of April, the students sold 210 pesos. The total money is 767.75 pesos. In month of May, there is no expenses. The student entrepreneurs sold about 4,620 pesos of Upland Kangkong. Then the total was 5,387.75 pesos. Profit and loss statement for both sweet potato and Upland Kangkong, including the overall production, income, expenses, other expenses amounting to 23,509.56 pesos with an ROI of 30.12%.